Talk about an unexpected ending. Falling flat on your face in the middle of a race. Then coming back with a chance to win it the very next minute?
I think that actually the first thing I said was, I didn't expect that.
March 2nd, 2008, at the University of Minnesota in the Twin Cities. It's the last day of the tightly contested Big Ten Championship of women's indoor track.
Unless you win the national title, nobody really cares if you're 10th or 12th or whatever. But if you win a Big Ten title, that's a big deal.
Senior Heather Dorniden-Camp is in lane 4 of the second heat for the 600-meter finals.
I think my coaches were kind of expecting me to really put it forward and try and win that race, and I'm sure my parents thought the same thing.
Throughout her college career, Heather set several school records for the track team. A win here will help propel Minnesota to the top of the Big Ten standings. The home crowd can barely contain its enthusiasm as the gun sounds for this 3-lap race. 1 lap down, and all is going well for the 9-time All-American.
My plan for the race was to just hang out behind whoever was leading it and then take it at the end.
But as the pack finishes lap number 2, something happens.
I was cutting in to try and get to the inside lane before the first curve. I was kind of running and then felt something on my right foot, and then when I tried to correct that, somebody must have stepped on my left foot, and so I kind of felt like I was hogtied and just went down.
Heather does a face plant in the middle of the track.
It was like the wind got taken out of the whole crowd. It was just like,
Didn't really know what happened for the first step, and then the second step was when I really just went down. And I think I actually got the words, "Oh no," out as I was falling.
Friend and former teammate Elizabeth Yetzer can barely watch.
The whole stadium's just like, oh my gosh, you know, and of course you're thinking she's done.
The rest of the pack bolts past Heather, leaving her several yards behind, entering the final lap. But with the heart of a champion, Heather gets up.
it took a while for everybody to catch their breath and then go, oh my Lord, something very, very special is happening here.
I knew that I needed to continue to run and just earn some points for the team.
She starts to make her move.
To me, they're all bodies and they're targets out there. I had my first target in sights and I started catching her, and after I had passed my first person, then I saw that the other two weren't that far away. And then as I was coming around the final curve of the race, I heard the announcer say, "And watch out for Heather Dorniden."
The crowd can't believe what it's witnessing.
Oh my word, she's gonna do this, she can do this. People were just jumping up and down and going crazy and just in awe.
And the decibel level went way through the roof. And that was what was so electrifying. It was just a crescendo kind of thing. It just got louder and louder and louder and louder. You had more energy and electricity in that meet than the Hoover Dam.
Heather runs her heart out, catching her competitors one at a time. She inches her way to the lead runner. The race is neck and neck, and in the very last moment, she completes her unbelievable finish, edging out teammate Jamie Dittmar by 4/100ths of a second. Heather's parents, Connie and Frank, are in the stands, awestruck at their daughter's accomplishment.
Just to see someone fall down and get up and put that effort in at the end, they said it was just amazing to watch.
I never felt anything like that before. You're just amazing. People crying, laughing, screaming, jumping.
People were going crazy. I mean, nobody could believe it. I mean, officials were coming over, but everybody just was so energized after that that there was no way we were going to lose that meet.
Heather herself can't believe how she did it.
I don't know really where it came from. It's funny because everyone says how gutsy I was and how hard it must have been to finish that race like that, but honestly, I think it's the most effortless I've ever felt in a race. It was truly like I was lifted up on angel's wings.
With the crowd still in a tizzy over her outrageous feat, Heather prepares to take her spot atop the ceremony podium. That's when Audrey Smoot of Indiana University brings her back down to earth. Audrey won the first heat just before Heather's, besting Heather's time by slightly more than 1/10 of a second. But she didn't fall down.
She's like, I actually won. I was like, oh, sorry, and had to scoot on over again to take second there, but it was just one of those funny things that I was just on cloud nine and thought I had won everything, and then it took someone to say, hey, move over.
Heather's second place overall finish in the 600 meters adds a crucial 8 points to Minnesota's team total.
8 points was exactly the margin of our victory for the team that day, so it's kind of a happy coincidence that I hadn't gotten up and finished the race, we would have lost or tied.
Heather graduates from the University of Minnesota in December 2009, but Coach Wilson will never forget Heather's golden moment.
She's got the heart of a lion. We may never see that again ever in our lives, something of that nature.